farmers. We're moving forward on our program today. Question and answer. Question and answer. All right. Farmers. My challenge on my farm is that my bird used to die. After some times, they stop eating. When I kill one, I discovered that their liver usually look black. What is the solution? This is a broiler.
Yeah. Broiler, right?
Yeah.
Now, liver looking black, right, is a whole lot of issues. I will explain. Now, because the liver is like the powerhouse of the bird, so many things happens there. If you have toxins, it will do that in your feed. If you give your birds feed that is rancid, maybe feed that stayed too long, it will do that. Then you need to come to the lab with those kind of birds, right? And let's properly take the history and examine. Because now, if I tell you that is this disease, go and give this one, it's not correct. Oh, bring the birds, let's analyze, let's open 1, 2, 3. Then let's visit your farm. Some things are not the bird's fault. Some things we'll go to the house and check. We'll go to the house and check. So when we come and check, we will now know. So please, for that liver issue, there's so many things. If your birds have fowl typhoid, it can do like that. It can change the liver to bronze color. If they have salmonellosis, it can do like that. But I'm not saying that is what it is. But when we check, when you bring it to us in the lab, we check. When you send the vet to the house and check, we'll check based on history and we'll get the correct answer for you.
All right, before we move into the next question, let's make recognition of Dr. Sam Abdul, Regional Manager, Turn and Right Nigeria Limited. A round of applause, please. Great farmers. All right, the next question is, you said we should not use sawdust, so what should we use? It has been explained already. That's been explained. Galvanized wire is better. What of tarpaulin?
What?
Galvanized wire is better. What of tarpaulin?
Tarpaulin is the tarpaulin is what do they call it now? Huh? No, tarpaulin, you don't always put it down now. See, tarpaulin is cuttings now. It's cuttings. Some people use leather. Some people sew sack, sew cement sack, sew feed sack. That's what it is. But we will use tarpaulin because we make more profit in the sense that if I'm using leather or sack, when rain and sun beat it very well for one production cycle, it will tear and scatter. I will change again. But if I use tarpaulin, I will use it for 1 year, I use it for 2 years, I use it for 3 years. Now we have a farm that we use tarpaulin on. This is the 4th year, we have not changed it. So it's cheaper. So it's just cuttings, it's just cuttings. So
please, the form given to you, please fill it and return, please.
So sorry, the difference between wood shavings and sawdust is not the same thing. No? Sawdust is that one that is powdery, very powdery. Then wood shavings is the one that looks like flake, comes flake.
Another question, what causes turning of the neck in broilers?
Doctor.
Okay, turning of head, we call it torticollis. It's a naval sign of either Newcastle, majorly Newcastle, and any other disease that has to be with brain. So that's the causes.
Bye. Hello, please. Great farmers. Great farmers.
Okay. Please, after brooding my eggs and I introduce them into their cage, they start dying. What is the way out? After brooding. Layers. After brooding my layers and I introduce them into their cage, they start dying. What is the way out?
You need to answer now. Great farmers, no farmers. Please, the question again.
Please, after brooding my layers and I introduce them into their cage, they start dying. What is the way out?
Please, at what age did the person introduce them to the cage?
What was the question?
What?
2 weeks.
They will die. They will die now. Because they are not used to the some will die, then later they will acclimatize because maybe they are not able to access the nipples properly. Yes, and they will not be able to eat properly. So if that's the case, then you might have 1 or 2 mortality. Over time, they will stabilize. But there is brooding cage and there is normal rearing cage and laying cage. So if you want to put 2 weeks, it's better you brood them in the cage that have nipple drinkers that you can actually, they will get used to it, they will grow there, then you move them to laying cages. So they are not supposed to die if you move them to cage. No, unless if there's an issue somewhere. And this is just the issue. 2 weeks is too young. Stress, of course stress, but stress shouldn't be killing. No, it should not be a consistent thing. Then if you want to transfer birds to battery cage, please, 12 to 14 weeks, that's the only time you are permitted to transfer from deep litter to battery cage. 12 to 14 weeks, don't transfer anything above that age. Because that time, the reproductive organs have started developing, ready for egg production. So don't cause issues for yourself. Thank you.
The next question. My major challenge is on my farm is heat.
Okay.
My pen is directly under the sun.
Voila.
No shade at all. What do I do?
Okay. Great farmers. No farmers. Please, is it layer or broilers?
What's the question? Layers or broiler?
Layers. Broilers. Okay. 2. Okay. If your farm, that means your structure is not very correct. And we cannot demolish it. Please, we cannot demolish it. For broiler farmers, this is what you do. Please, if you can, I don't know the way you built the house. Is it all open system? If it is not, the immediate solution you can do is to reconstruct. Don't touch the roof. Leave the roof the way it is to reconstruct. Call a bricklayer. Tell him that I said he should remove, if it's, I don't know how many coaches you used from down up. Tell him that I said he should keep for me only 2 coaches around the pen and make it all open system. That means everywhere is opened. Then, because when rain starts, if rain falls, it's going to go inside the pen. So you put tampolin, that is leather, let's use leather. So that you won't forget. You put tampolin, so when it's raining, you bring it down. So once you have it as open system for broiler farmer, they will have more ventilation. You wouldn't have issues with heat stress. Then you can use vitamin C to help them take care of oxidative stress, which is the heat stress. Then for the layer farmer, your case is peculiar in the sense that if it's layer farmer, sincerely, if you want a permanent solution, the best advice is to leave that place. Because you will never make profit. Let me not lie to you. No matter the style I will use for you, I can use several styles for you, right? You can do the same thing you did for the broilers with the housing, but because of that roof, if they are in battery cage, you don't have any solution. All you can do is to remove the battery cage and put the beds on the ground. You remove the battery cage, put the beds on the ground, then if you put them on the ground, you continue with vitamin C, then you switch your feed. If you are using finished feed, maybe a branded feed, you switch the feed. Now this is where technology comes into play. Now you switch the feed, but you have to talk to us to tell you what to do. Now you switch the feed to that same company's feed concentrate. You either use 2.5, you either use 50%, or you either use 30% concentrate. So if you are using 2.5% concentrate, this is what you will do. You weigh the beds. Technology, you buy weighing scale, you weigh the beds. If the beds are up to 3 kg, is a problem. It means they've gathered so much fat and they are now heavy. So they'll be dying. So this is what we'll do. We want to burn down the fat first. So what you do when you switch the feed, we now readjust the formula. If it's 2.5% concentrate, you're supposed to have 500 kg of maize, 200 kg of soya, then you have maybe GNC, then you have limestone 90 kg, then you have the concentrate itself 25 kg. But now, if you have too much fat, this is what we do. Because the contributor of fat more in your feed is energy. During heat season, the best will convert the excess energy to fat and store it within the abdominal cavity. So what you will do now is, you will reduce the maize, right? You bring down the maize from 500, you bring it down to 400 kg. You get the point. So if you bring it down to 400 kg, remember you still have 100 kg that is missing. So instead of leaving it unbalanced, you can use either rice bran. Rice bran, there's 2 types. There's the oily type, there's the one that is not oily. So you can use the oily type, it has more fiber. So to give them more fiber, to burn the fat. Then you now come back to micro ingredient. Jubaili, we have choline chloride. 50%. So you add choline chloride, it depends on the level of the fat. If we see it, as we vet doctors, if it's so much, the first ration you will produce for them will put 2 kg of choline chloride. It will burn it down for 1 week. Then we readjust it back to, if not, it will drop the production. You get the point. Then, after adding choline chloride, it's not enough. You put sodium bicarbonate, then you put betaine. Now, betaine is a methyl donor. Then sodium bicarbonate will help you to readjust the electrolyte that the birds are losing. Because as the birds have excessive fat during heat season, they will be panting. So as they are panting, they are losing electrolyte. As they are losing electrolyte, they'll be dying. So when you put sodium bicarbonate, it balances it up. It works with the choline chloride, sodium bicarbonate, and betaine. Betaine is a methyl donor. It helps the methionine in the feed so that your production can be sustained. So for layer farmers, this is what you do.
Great farmers.
Sorry, then lastly, you can now add liver tonic. We have the liquid type, you have the feed grade type. Me, I usually add the feed grade, the one inside the feed. Why? Because they are always eating. They are always eating. But the one inside drinking water, you can only use for 7 days and stop. So if the condition has not cleared, if you have it in the feed, it gives you a better result. Because the feed grade will have inositol, it will have sorbitol, it will have vitamin E, it will have selenium. So this will balance up and help you to burn down the fat and increase the liver efficiency. Because the liver is the one that is responsible also for emulsification of fat through the bile. So this is what you need to do. Thank you very much.
All right. Next question.
I'm sorry, I don't know, Doc. You were talking of constructing a house for layered beds. From what one of you told us sometimes ago, I think was it this year or last year, says it must be sunrise and sunset. And if for any reason a pen has been constructed, maybe has spent up to 20-30 million, the only option out of it is to plant trees around it to provide shade for you. Like in our own case, before we think of putting a pen on ground, if the ground level is not favorable to be sunset and sunrise, what we do what we call landscaping by planting trees against it, so that will now provide more shades for the birds. But if you put it opposite sunrise and sunset, by the time the sun rises, it landed in your pen. By the time the sun is setting, it landed on your pen. But if it is sunrise, sunset, it's only taking the smaller portion. I think that one will take a long way to help us. Thank you, farmers.
Great farmers. No farmers. The next question. What is the causes of paralysis in broiler birds and what are the remedy?
For broiler birds, right? Now, like I said in my presentation, broilers have been genetically enhanced to grow fast. So in that process of growing fast, some things will slightly lag behind. And which is, as the bird is growing very heavy, the legs might not be able to carry it, right? The body is heavy, the legs might not be carrying. So you have low calcium absorption within those regions. So what you can do, because you are using finished feed, right? Because you are using finished feed, your best bet, because you know that calcium also facilitates growth. If there is no proper calcium absorption for broilers, they will not even grow very well. So what you can do is to use Calcinol Plus. So you keep supplementing. Usually what we do on our farm, when the birds are 10 days, we start supplementing with Calcinol Plus in their drinking water, calcium in their drinking water. But you know, locally, right, in Kaduna, you see all these people that have 50 broilers, because they buy small number of feed, they buy bone meal, and they put it inside and they mix it. But me, I don't like it. You know why? Because I do feed and feed formulation, I know you cannot get it evenly distributed in the feed. So one part has plenty calcium, one part did not have. One part has, so you see some birds still crippled, you see some birds normal, because these ones have been eating this side that the calcium is. So the easiest and the best way is to supplement with oral calcium. Jubaili has it as Calcinol Plus. Okay, if you start from 10 days, you do for 5 days, you pause, then you observe the birds. Then also, please, like Mama said, your litter, you need to change, because if it's watery, it will be spreading the legs of the birds. When they are trying to walk, it will be spreading their legs. So you change your litter often, then you observe. If you don't see any paralysis again, you stop. But if you see again, then you now start supplementing like bit by bit. You don't do it straight 5 days. You do it for 3 days, you stop. You observe. So that you don't pump them so much with calcium. If you pump them so much with calcium again, they will not eat. And if they don't eat, you are losing money. Next question.
All right, the next question is, where do we have lab in Abuja? I think there's one around Federal Housing in Nyanya here. Animal Care Lab. Federal Housing. How many percent is the mortality rate in broiler farming?
Acceptable or what?
No, maybe he wants to ask the acceptable percentage, which is less than 5%. Less than 5%, always.
And me, I will tell you, not professionally, 0%.
Yes, I agree with Mama.
You should not allow your best to die. If you die, it's your money that is going.
And it's possible, very possible your birds will not die.
From experience.
Yes, very possible. Just do your management very well. Take care of your birds. Take care of their pen, where they are staying. Give them good ventilation. Very good ventilation and you are good. Next question, please.
All right, next question. How do we get good buyers at our ends?
Which end? Abuja. Abuja, you're asking? When you have buyers, Abuja, you have buyers now? Okay.
Create your market by yourself. Start from your neighbors, your relations, your church member, your mosque member. You can even cook your meat, fry it, put it on your head. As you are going to pick your children from school, put it in this bucket. You understand me? And market it. You are picking your children, you are marketing it to your neighbors. Then you can go to hotels. You know what? It will work. Elekko started from there. Do we hear that? By the grace of God, I was the first staff of Elekko. And I can tell you the story. When we started in a very small place, we were carrying our little drugs to one shop to another to market it. And today, it's big. Okay, I have a younger sister too that she's a caterer, not fully caterer. She knows how to bake meat pie. And as she's going to pick her children from school in area 1, she'll do her meat pie inside that small bucket, transparent. And other parents are coming to pick children. Even children will say, Mommy, I want it. They started picking it. Today, her business is very big now. In fact, other shops around there where she used to tell her before, she's the one supplying them now. So you don't need to wait until hotel want to buy. Do your market from scratch. Your neighbors, Christmas is coming. Tell them, I want to keep birds. Or you can even tell them that, do you know that broilers is cheaper than cow meat now? 1 kg is cheaper than cow meat. You don't need to buy. You understand me? If you are doing egg, when visitors come to your house, instead of to buy Coca-Cola and give them, boil egg and give them. I cooked one stew yesterday. I put fish and I boil egg inside. In fact, what I ate this morning is 1 egg inside my stew with rice. There is no any other thing there. You have to start your marketing like that. You don't need to wait for big. Start little. That little, you know, it says farmers are contagious people. That little that you are doing, this neighbor that you are underrating her, she can be a good marketer for your market. So don't underrate any business. Can it work? Yes. Mama, can it work now? She didn't answer me. Oh.
Great farmers. Hello farmers.
Please, I want to buttress, sorry. Great farmers, I want to buttress what Madam said. First of all, you have to be positive-minded. You know, once you are positive-minded in everything you do, you will always succeed. I saw 2 people here said, it cannot work. Baba, you said it cannot work. No. At all times, whatever you want to do in life, first of all, be positive-minded. Before you start anything, tell yourself, it will work. Wallahi, tallahi, once you do this, it will certainly work. Thank you, madam, for that elaboration.
Hello, great farmers. Let me share a little experience that we started about 18 to 20 years ago. we were selling our broilers to these Hausa boys with a motorcycle. But at the end of the day, we now discover that we are working for them. We change our patterns. And what is these patterns? For now, we don't sell our broilers live. We sell dressed chicken. How do you get to that level? There are situations you can help yourself without paying. And what is it? Find a place where they sell these processed birds, these frozen chicken. Find a place for them, be a spice to that company, apply for employment in that company, even if they are paying you little. By the time the company sent you to supply to files ABC, you are now knowing the customers are those who buy frozen chicken. Tomorrow, you leave that same company as a casual laborer, join another company doing the same business. Before you start your own, you have given your relationship a kind of good relationship, what we call goodwill. In accounting is what we call capital. That goodwill and the contact you are exchanging to those people you are serving them as a staff of that freezing company, you are building your capital base. Tomorrow they will stay at home and call you, Oga, I need frozen chicken. And how do you do it? You go to your own farm, do it that same day, buy a block, put it on top and cool and supply them. I'm telling you the sky will be your limit.
Help me do this thing. Okay, those of you on our platform, you say I put some 2 weeks broilers at times. Do you know anytime I put it before you even know, they'll book it. It's from there somebody say I need 500. So make use of what you have, your phone. If you cannot do, your children, they are online all the time. Let them just snap it very well, put one name there, design it very well, and put your number there. They will call you and you will sell.
Great farmers. We have Dr. Sam Audu want to answer a question that was thrown before.
It's not answering the question. Thank you. Great farmers. No farmers. Are we happy being here? Okay. I'm not answering your question. I just wanted to add to what the chief doctor said there about I was interested in that question about moving. Why am I having more mortality when I move the layers to the battery cage? I think somebody asked that question here. Okay, but this is strictly for the layer farmers. Yes, most often, as I said, birds are being moved between week 12 to week 14. Very correct. Now, what do you do before moving those birds? You must ascertain the birds they are okay in terms of their head status, and then the timing of the movement. This is what I wanted to portray on, the timing of the movement. If you look at birds generally, activities of birds are low, anything from 7 upward. True or false? Birds don't eat much at night, especially except if broilers. For layer birds between that 12 to 14 weeks, at that timing, they are always docile. And that is the best time to transport them to the cage. Because if you do it during the day, and yes, because birds that are being raised up to 12 weeks are already used to freedom. So when you move it during the day, when they can see the whole caging thing, it will be difficult. They'll start struggling. It will now add to the stress of the movement. And in the morning, you have more casualty. But when you move them anything from 7, 8 in the evening to the cage, they will be fine in the morning. This was just what I wanted to ask. Thank you.
Thank you for the contribution, sir. One more question right here. I just started a poultry and I have some DOC. Please educate me on exactly how to administer vaccine to them.
Please come again.
I just started a poultry and I have some DOC. Please educate me on exactly how to administer vaccines to them.
Okay. For DOC, right? Whether broilers or layers. Now, I said something about vaccinations. Now, if you are for young birds, week 1, if you are going to do Gumboro or Lasota, now to teach is just to tell you how to reconstitute, not to tell you the schedule. Now, for young birds, DOC, when they are in week 1, please give them, reconstitute their vaccine for 1,000 birds in 10 liters of water. 1,000 doses, 10 liters of water. Don't go beyond, especially Gumboro. You don't want to have Gumboro outbreak. you don't want to have gumboro outbreak, don't pass 10 liters of water. Leave it like that. Give them. But before you do that, put milk inside. This cowbell, this what do you call it? Dano milk. The powdered one. One sachet, that 15 naira one. I know it's more than 15 naira now. That small one. Put inside the water first and wait. Be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's all. Mix it. Yes, 10 seconds. Carry the vaccine. When you are opening the vaccine, please don't open the vaccine and stand in the air like this and be opening that metal on it. Put your hand inside. You can remove the metal, right? It will have only that small rubber on it. Then put your hand inside the water. Then open it and allow it inside the water. Then you gently steer it. Then give the birds. But remember, for every vaccine you want to do oral based, you have to stab the birds before you give them the vaccine. So on our farm, what we do, if we want to give our vaccines, our birds, Lasuta or Gumboro, I'm a vet. I tell them on the farm, remove the water for me today. I want to do the vaccine tomorrow. I'll tell them, remove the water today, 7 p.m. in the evening. On the light. Give them food. Let them eat, give them food. By 9 a.m. in the morning, I give them the vaccine. In 30 minutes, they finish the vaccine. So it's more effective. They will not die. Chicken that travel from Lagos, from Ibadan to Sokoto. But you can do what you know. You can do what you know. Nothing will happen. But you can do what works for you. But by standard, okay, great farmers, if you read vaccination, by standard, if you say just start them for 2 hours, it's also okay. You can start them for only 2 hours, it's also okay. But for us, we do it like that because we have a large number and we want everybody to drink and we want it to finish. There's lastly, sorry, let me chip in this. If you know you are doing 50, 70, 80, 100, 200, 300, 500 broilers, you don't have business giving them vaccine inside drinking water. Put it in their eyes. I said so. Put it in their eyes. Call us, call vets, come here. Come to Elekko, they'll tell you how to do it. And now, I will explain. Now, usually, you will find out that most broiler farmers, especially in the north, they have issues. They are doing vaccine, they are not doing it correctly, they didn't mix it correctly, there is failure and all that. But all you need to do is to buy the same vaccine for the same number of birds and mix it with normal saline or water of injection, 0.03 times the number of birds will give. If you have 1,000 birds, you need only 30 meals. Every vaccine, center sells a vaccine that comes with eyedropper. The vaccine comes with the eyedropper. You just catch the birds, you and your children. On our farm, we do for 5,000 birds. 5,000. You know why? Twice we came down with Gumboro. Twice our farm came down with Gumboro. And now decided, I said, on this farm, no more water-based vaccine. We dropped it in their eyes. So we have staff. I trained all of them. If they start doing it, that 5,000 birds, give us. Everybody takes 30 minutes to finish his own. Yes, they are very fast. So, but you will only do it early hours of the day or late in the evening. We don't do it during the afternoon when sun has come out. So if you have 100 birds, just put it in their eyes. Bang, 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 bang. Normal eye drop, and that is all. Better immunity, 1 drop. Better immunity, 1 eye. Better immunity, 100% vaccine take, 100% antibodies development. So that is why for us, if you see our birds at 2 weeks, you will not believe it. Because if you do vaccine correctly, even disease will not come close. Because your basic problem in broiler farming is 2 things. 1 is CRD, cough. 2 is coccidiosis. And if you do vaccine correctly, you remove that one. Then coccidiosis, you take care of it by management. Water was not poured on the ground. If you have it, you come here. Thank you.
Great farmers, no farmers. That's all the question we have today.